You will be the second person.
Today we will talk about, not talk about, we'll work on this area. How do we set up a campaign using marketing lists, and how do we distribute this campaign across the members? And how do we do some social posting, which you might get already seen that CGI and always posting some information into social media. Ravi, you started recording, right?
I have started. You can carry on.
Okay, so yeah, from that we will go to enhanced version of campaigning, which is called customer journey. Then we will go to how to handle events and event management areas. Okay, so let's start directly into CRM app. So I mentioned if you guys added some user IDs over here, I can utilize your information, contact information to define data and all. So I see very less amount of members are added. That's okay.
Joining the meeting.
So here, subscription list.
Joining
this is the one area where we are going to define our marketing list. So the idea is here, for my organization, I want to do some kind of campaign, maybe email.
Joining the meeting.
I don't want to do a phone call. Maybe I need to do phone appointment, multiple activities which we have discussed the last session. Those things I want to do it in practical now. So as a marketing manager or a marketing executive, I came here. I'm planning to define a marketing list using this option. I select a marketing list. Then I could able to give my information. An example, this one I want to do a marketing for a new launch of a product. Maybe I can do any name you can provide here, whatever is defined by your marketing system. So you have here a lot of self-explanatory fields are there. I'm just pointing to the fields which is really required or maybe really required to have a discussion. So you can define list type either static or dynamic.
Joining the meeting.
As we mentioned last session, static means once you define, you have a defined list of members. Dynamic means it's on basis of your dynamic criteria setting. Whenever you do a campaign, at that moment, all are actually participated on or are actually defined for that criteria. Those people will pick up into the list and to be added into the marketing list before for the campaign. For example, if I am saying that I want to have all members whose revenue is more than X amount of money, so that dynamic criteria will be defined whenever we are doing campaigning for these members. So from our list, we will this system will automatically pick up all those members. So here, okay, here we are selecting maybe contact. You can select multiple option choices are there. You can select account, you can select contact, or you can select lead. Depends upon what type of campaign you are doing. You can select those targeted members. Okay, then member selection. Once we do a save, we can come and go to the member selection over there. So select list type is static. So let me add members. So adding, you can add multiple way. Either you can select an existing contact and you can add them from there, Otherwise, as we mentioned, we can select a dynamically list of members. So let me add a couple of members directly. So I am adding this for these members. I want to do a marketing campaign. So this list is defined for this list of members. So this selection can be through criteria also. Now time being, for our when we do for other journeys and all, we'll do dynamic. But let me go through all kind of options. Here we are selecting manually for list of members. So now this is my marketing list. For these members, I want to do a campaign.
Joining the meeting.
Okay. So I have a campaign option, and whatever we are showing here, it is not like in a single day the marketing manager will handle everything. It is actually a entire campaigning processing thing. But for our demonstration, we cannot wait that much time, so that we are doing everything together. But ideally, this is actually a long-time process. So they do a marketing and they do planning, everything separate, and define it together. Okay.
Joining the meeting.
Here, let me create a new campaign. So I have a campaign section also where I can do campaigning separately. So I have a defined marketing list, now a campaign. So what we are doing is we have a marketing list, identify the members. Now we need to have a campaign. So I'm going to do a campaign for this. Okay, let me put it campaign 1. For this marketing list of whoever is identified, for them I am doing a phone call for campaign. I want to do an introduction call. Maybe I want to do a kind of marketing call, which is planning to assign to all my salesperson, so sales and marketing person. So I do have marketing professional here who is taking my calls.
Joining the meeting.
So my idea is to create a phone call campaign for this list of members which we identified as a marketing list. So it can be phone call campaign, it can be an email campaign, it can be a task or fax, all those kind of activities I can define as part of this campaign. Okay, so this is my planning activity, this entire process I'm doing it, and once I planned it, whoever is in my marketing list. So I do have multiple members, right, in this defined marketing list. So here my contact 1, contact 2, contact 3. So this is the relationship happening. So once you using this entire contact data from my system, I defined a marketing list. Now for this marketing group, I'm going to do a campaign. Okay, by associating this group to me. Once I do this campaign, suppose I'm doing phone call, okay, or email, any of the campaign activity, if I'm doing it, this individual phone call has to assign to these members. So instead of I am doing it one by one, this campaigning process should help me to transfer this phone call activity across to my members. Okay, this transferring process we call distribution. Okay, so it can be email also, it can be task also, any kind of activity. So these all campaigning,
Joining the
whatever
meeting.
activities we are planning, all those things has to be distributed, and it has to be assigned to a person. For example, this phone call somebody has to take care, right? So this phone call I may assign to this marketing person. This phone call may be this person, I can assign to them. So what happened is, whenever a marketing person come for their job, they will see I need to do this many activities. Maybe a phone call, or I need to send an email, or maybe I need to do a task, some other task. So all those choices have to be done. But in fact, what they are doing an activity part of a big campaign. They might not even know what they are doing, but they have get instruction. Today, I have to come here. Then when they
Joining the
open their
meeting.
task, they will see, okay, I have to do a phone call for this customer, and content is this. This is the content. Even you can define the content. Talk to the customer. This is the script. You just talk to this customer, and whatever he is telling, you can collect that information and keep it with you. So these all is managing by a single person, or maybe a couple of person who is different marketing manager. So he can control his entire campaign. How is it going? So this is the activity which we are going to do, which is CRM screener. Okay. So as a first step one, what we done, we created a marketing segment and identified members for it. So that is the first step which is came here. Okay. So after that, when you see this screen campaign, now we are here. Step 2, creating the campaign. Okay.
Leaving the meeting.
Step 1, segment creation. Step 2, campaign creation. So let me do the campaign creation activity now.
Joining the meeting.
Let's put the same name. C1 campaign, all giving sample names. So what type of campaign? It is direct marketing. Response expected, maybe 90% response expected. All those things. These all are generally self-explanatory names. Process when we are planning to start. Okay, tomorrow onwards till 27th. Actual start we can define later once we start. This is just a planning setup, right? So let me save this campaign. Once I save the campaign, you can see already that new launch product which is defined here, it is attached here. Okay, that means this attachment is already done. This attachment. Okay, you can add more marketing list, not limited to one. If you have more marketing, you can add that marketing list here, adding more marketing list. Okay. Now next thing is campaign activity. So this is the next option, right? This activity. We need to do this portion. That is our step 3. Okay, for that I'm coming here as a campaign activity, adding more campaign activity. New campaign activity. So when I'm doing campaign activity, it will ask me what type of activity it is. Okay. So I need to do some research. Content preparation. channel phone call. Okay, let us not all do the direct initial contact. We will do directly provide initial demo script phone call. So we are going to tell the customer
Joining the
about
meeting.
our product. We're planning to finish 14th. 3 days, within 3 days. How much budget allocated? Like $200,000. We're doing 5 members only, right? Actual cost into, see, whatever this financial portion, what we collecting, this is for the reporting purpose. But it's not exactly your
Leaving the
day-to-day
meeting.
financial management using ERP and all. It's just like, just want to collect all the information, and it's not a real amount system is calculating. So it's from us only how much amount we spent on this activity. We have to just provide it over there. That will help us to identify as a dashboard or a report. So how much we spent for this entire campaign, how much revenue we got out of this campaign. Those all sales pipeline report will be available for you once you provide all this data. Okay. One activity, phone call. I click save and close. So you can have n number of activity here, like so new campaign activity. Suppose you want to do an appointment the customer, so we can demo showcase appointment. That may be starting after we do a phone call, but once we get an appointment,
Leaving the meeting.
probably another day. 7 plus. Okay, so for this campaign, I do have 2 activities. So let me change this. It's not email. I made it an appointment. Okay. Now, step 3 is over. Next thing is what I have to do. I need to process this activity, right? Whatever is being defined as this activity, I need to process it. So for example, phone call. I do a phone call. I assign the marketing list. Everything is ready. Now it is planned to distribute. So the planning is over. Marketing is created, campaign created, timing is created, for activities created. So now it is for the action. Okay. I want to distribute these activities across all the members whenever I am planning to do. So step 1, step 2, step 3, this is the planning sum. Maybe this will do a week or 2, a month also, to define this all activity. Once they define the activity, when they are really planning to execute this entire activity, they will come and distribute it. So they have to come to the specific activity. I came to activity for phone call. Now I have to distribute it. Once I distribute, this entire activity will go to these individual members. For example, if I distributing phone call, I am distributing this phone call each and every members of this marketing list. So that is the step 4. So this step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, and all, even though we are doing it in within 5-10 minutes, but in reality it will happen in days or maybe in months for the entire processing activities. Okay. So here we added only 3-4 members or maybe 5 members, but in original marketing campaign and all, they will have thousands of members. So creating a phone call for each and every member and assigning to that phone call to all this marketing person to process it, it will take a lot of time for the marketing manager. So instead of that, what he can do, if you do this kind of process, he can distribute this campaign activity across. So the advantage of this thing, one person or a member of a group of people can decide what kind of activity has to happen for their entire campaigning process, and they sit together. They can plan it and budget it and financially define it, and once they have that, they can distribute this activity. Okay, and once they distribute, this individual activity is going to individual members who doesn't even know that I am doing a campaign activity and as part of a big campaign. Okay, so let me put the distribution campaign option here. So you can see once I distribute, this entire activity is going to be distributed across the members who's defined on this marketing list. Okay, so what system is doing now? It's creating this activity to these all members. So after this processing, if you look at these members, you can see all the phone calls are created for these members. So he's asking me, okay, what is the phone call content you want? So you can actually tell the marketing person this is what exactly you have to do. You can tell them, all right, okay, do phone call regarding new offer in web development. Talk about Dynamics portal. Anything you can tell. So you can even tell the customer, the person, what he has to talk. You can put entire script here. So the advantage of doing that way, as a member who is taking this call, he don't need to even know what exactly he need to talk. He can just read out this message also. So that way you can define minute level what's actually supposed to happen on this campaign. Now
joining the meeting.
This is the option. You are distributing the call. So it's asking you to whom you need to supposed to give this phone call. So you have a choice. You can select the owner of the record in the target market list. That means, suppose this contact is handled by this marketing person. This contact is handling by this marketing person, or this contact is handling by this marketing. So each in an organization, what happens is there is an account manager. For example, CGI is handling by one account manager. Maybe TCS is handling by another account manager. So that company is handled by different account managers. So assume that we are doing a marketing campaign from Microsoft. So Microsoft is selling product to CGI, TCS, Infosys. All these companies, they are selling product. So there will be an account manager. To usually those account managers used to talk to that customer, their customer. Same way, here you asking me you need to assign this on phone call. You can assign to that person. Otherwise, you can assign everything to you, or you can assign to a specific group of team or members. So you have choices. Let me put the owner should be same person who is actually handling that product contact. Okay. Now I'm going to distribute. So once I distribute, you can see this all the members under this marketing list. Those members will have a phone call assigned to their name. Okay. So you want to see the members, right? You can come here and see the members. These are the members which we selected for this marketing list. If I open one of the member, let me see one of the members. You can see a phone call from Sujit Kumar is assigned to you. So if you open the phone call,
joining the meeting,
you can see what is been asked to do for that person. So now, if you change your shoes, like if you are a marketing person, what you have to do? you have to come here and identify what is your work. So see, this many phone call has been created. So when you come to office, what do? You will first okay, what all activities you have to do today. So when you come to phone call area, you will come to know that, okay, I have to do this many phone calls. So what I need to do, open the phone call. Okay, it's already told me what I need to do. Talk about this D365 portal, and person, this is the person with whom I need to talk. I can talk to him if I have the phone number and all. I can do an outgoing number. I mean outgoing phone call. Once I done the phone call thing, I can convert as an okay, mark it complete. Once I complete, what is actually happening? That is actually capturing as the marketing campaign activities. Okay, this phone call has been completed. So one by one, I can do the phone call and complete as a mark. Okay, this is completed. Like that, I can define. So what is happening is here, this entire process is defined from one common place and distributed across. So now let's distribute the appointment also. There is no appointment now at this point of time. Let me distribute that appointment which is been created as part of the campaign. Okay. So
joining the meeting.
Coming to my marketing list. This is my second thing, appointment. Let me open my appointment and I can distribute the appointment. Same thing what you done for phone calls. Here I can say that demo of D365 portal. So what screen is coming here according to the distribution? See, I told earlier phone call, that's why phone call screen came earlier. Now while I'm distributing it here, this is an appointment. So it came, appointment screen came to me and it's asking me, okay, give me basic information what I have to set up for the appointment. So every appointment defined at 10:30 to 11. So you can define time. You can give a different timing on all the information. I'm going to distribute it here. Same thing. Honors has to be assigned to me. I distributed. So now
leaving the meeting.
What I can say is, when I come to appointment screen, I can see all the appointments which has been created for this person, for the list of contact. So if I open any of the appointment, you can see the appointment is allocated to different members. This is for Chanakya. Then if I select for other appointment, it will be some other members it is associated. So
joining the meeting.
Now, if you see, the activity which we done was define a marketing list and identify a list of members. Then we created a campaign and we created different activities which we are planning for that campaign as a step 3. Then once we are planning is over, we are actually distributing that campaign to the marketing list. So automatically this is assigned to the individual members. Then we are assigning that work to marketing
joining
person
the meeting.
and processing it. Okay. So this entire activities of some campaigning processing can happen and managing by a single person and distribute the work across all the marketing group. Okay. So this process is available. Whatever I showed now, this was the marketing module available in CRM earlier. Since for 1.24, 2011 and 13, 15 and all, this is the process which was available past. And this still continues and we can utilize this process as part of this campaigning. Okay. Later, Microsoft bought this marketing product and they included more features in this marketing apps as a marketing, additional features for marketing campaigning process. So that is why we got all the latest features called event management, and customer journey, social posting on in internet marketing. All these activities came as part of this marketing apps later. So whatever whatever I showed till now, it was there since long time when Microsoft defined marketing module. Okay, so the same thing. One more quick thing I can show in that option is like if you want to do a quick campaign, same thing. If you want to do instead of doing a big campaign which is planning for a long time, if you want to do a small campaign, and quickly you want to talk to list of members saying that okay, there is a quick offer only for today. If you have something like that, you just like Amazon and Fresh to Home and all those kind of apps nowadays, they provide access. Okay, only 1 hour deal, 2 hour deal, like that. If you want to do a quick campaign also, that option also available if you want to do and campaigning for the list of members. Okay, so for example, the same marketing list which we created, if you want to do a quick campaign, you can do a quick campaign from here. So this is kind of wizard thing. You can define what is actually you're planning for that quick campaign. So this is quick campaign 1 hour offer. So the advantage of here is we are doing one activity at a time. So we are doing a letter to everybody, or maybe an email to all members. So we are telling that 1 hour offer for so you can provide the details like you can send content or brochure or whatever you want to planning to, everything you can add here in the email body. Then you can do that quick campaign. So this immediately this email will send across this 5 members. Okay. So no need to be distribute anything we want to do. This all will go immediately to the defined members. So email, or you can see emails are gone for these members. Okay. So those emails are being sent to this can. It is still in pending status because maybe none of these users don't have email address. Otherwise, it would have gone proper email address. So Contest Limited, if they have that email, you will get it. So if we selected the your IDs, you could have get an email now from the system. Okay. So this quick campaign and campaign features which we discussed now, it is part of marketing module since long time, and the other features which we are going to discuss, those all are very recent features which is introduced very recently. Okay, but this is not going to go anywhere. Whatever we discussed till now, those features still will be there with the marketing app. But since the marketing process is being changed because of the social media and all those methods, the new app features are playing a big role, and most of them are using those features as a marketing campaign. Till now, before this CRM marketing app comes, other third-party products were being used for doing this kind of activity. For example, if you want to do an event, they were totally there was no features available in CRM. There were custom built modules were being used, or the third-party tools were being used for this event management and all. Okay, so let's come back to any questions so far on this specific module, what we discussed now, like a basic marketing campaigning process and quick campaigning process? If you have, then just put me on the message, so I'll answer for you this question. Okay, moving next, we will do this is a small feature which I want to discuss before we go to customer journey and event. Okay, so I got a question. What's the difference between campaigning and event? Campaigning, as I told, it's just a marketing process, right? It's not, event is like you are planning to do an event, just like this, the training and event, you are doing different sessions and different time, you are allowing user to register. That's basically called event management. And campaigning means you are actually planning to sell a product by defining a list of activities. It may not be only sending or doing an event. Event will be part of one campaign. Okay, so as one campaign means you have to have a lot of planning activity. You will define a budget. You will do a TV show. You may define a brochure, and you may talk to the customer. So this is actually a business. For a company, a campaign means a big business, and it's like continuous process. It's not like one time you do and 2 times you do. You will a continuous process to bring the business to the customer and for the sales group. Okay, campaigning is an integral part of any business, and it's never stops. It's continuous. And event and all is one portion of the campaign. For example, you are doing an event for getting a sale, or you are doing an event for getting a business. For example, training is an event. It can be the event. So otherwise, you can Microsoft whenever they do a new product launch, they will do event. And any companies, if you take, they do events, some showcasing events and all, free events, paid events, all those things they will do. That all are actually a part of a big campaign. Okay, the campaign groups are there. Okay, so that's the difference between campaign and event. Yes, Cube campaign, as I told, it's just a simple
Joining the meeting.
Cube one distribution you want to do one single activity that's only for the list of members quickly. That is a Cube campaign. Campaigning means multiple activities, multiple planning and distribution, all bundled together coming as a campaign. It's like a long time activity. Long time process. Cube campaign is, as I told, it's like you already doing a campaigning, and as part of that, today's deal you need to put. Then that is just a Cube campaign. You are distributing quick information to the customers. Okay, this will be only for 1 day. This will be only for 2 days, or maybe those kind of quick action. If you want to do that, you will consider a Cube campaign. But Cube campaign, you can have only single activity. And campaign, you can have multiple activity and plan it for future and all those things you can do. Okay, now so just like when we do and we see in Twitter and all, Twitter, maybe in LinkedIn and Facebook and all, CJ has a page, right? So same way, you from CRM also, if you want to implement that feature, if you are using CRM marketing apps for social media integration, you can do that posting from this apps or say marketing app also. It's not a big too much work you have to do. It's very quick thing. If you want to have a continuous social media integration for your organization, you can do a campaigning regarding that also. For example, I already configured now for Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. So if your company has IDs and pages for social media, you can integrate that thing and you can post those information either through manual activity. Otherwise, this can be done through technically through coding and all your workflow process. Also, you can do this activity. Time being, so save time. I'm just doing it manually. So I will show how to configure also. It is not a big activity you have to do. If you need some pages and all those things, then you can easily configure it. So here you come to this social posting area. There you can do social posting. There are two type of posting, like you can schedule it. So if you are a marketing professional from your company, for example from CGI,
Leaving the meeting.
if we want to do posting regularly for a new recruitment process or a new product selling process, all those things we want to post, you can post it here. Only thing is time being that video posting is not available, but otherwise that will be available very soon. But otherwise you can do a picture posting, all those things easily from here. Whatever content you want to put, you can put it here. Okay, let me put some post here. For example, here I'm training. We can select any media. Only 3 options are available at this point of time. So let me select for Facebook. Posting from. So this is the integration or configuration it is looking and asking.
Joining the meeting.
Okay, so I selected Facebook configuration. This is being done by me. So I will show you before posting it. I will show you what is the configuration you have to do for setting up this thing. For that purpose, you know, to come here, settings. Okay, let me discard the changes whatever been done. So let me come to finish the configuration portion first, then we'll show. Social. So I done Facebook and Twitter. Now we can do LinkedIn also. Give a name, and it's asking me. Yes, let me do once again so that it's not available for you to see, right? So let me put it once again. Create a configuration. That will ask you what type of configuration. So Facebook too. You can give any whatever name you want. So I want to do a Facebook again. Create. If you create, it will ask me. It will expire. This is because we are using trial version. Otherwise, it will not come this way. So now it will ask me. Give me the Facebook page which you want to do. So continuous Sujit Kumar selected. So you can log in with your ID. So it's actually asking you a page. You have to create a page in Facebook. Once you create that page, you can utilize that page for your Facebook integration. So it created me. Now let me create. Anyways, LinkedIn is not there. Let me create LinkedIn. Okay. You need an ID. So usually we will not use personal IDs and all for a but for demo purpose, let me use my personal ID. So it's asking me allowing the connector. So in behind, if this is using Flow and all, Microsoft Flow, it is using that, it is connecting to Twitter for posting. So this much only. You don't need to do much. It's very quick action. You have done the configuration. Now you can go back and post the event. The new embed social post. Test post.
Joining the meeting.
Let me put Facebook one post and one in Twitter. Selected Facebook. Test for demo. You can upload some picture and all. Okay, there's two options. We can post now itself, or you can schedule. Usually we will marketing person will schedule it on a specific day. This post has to go, and another day this post has to go, like that. They will schedule it. So time for us, we want to see this right now. So I posted it now. So let me go see my Facebook page. So this one. I put it on this page. This is my Facebook page for the integration. So you can see the picture came here. Just for demo. Okay. So it's as quick as that. So if I now same thing, if you want to do a LinkedIn post, here also we need to put test. There is test marketing. Select channel, LinkedIn, posting from LinkedIn, public. You want to show them. Marketing.
Leaving the meeting.
So I select this image to post. Now done. Okay. So if I go to now my I done a mistake. Skip. I done a mistake. Okay. Not came here. It's posted.
Joining the meeting.
Okay, we'll wait for some time whether it is come or not. Is it my user ID only? Where is my post? CJ's post came. Or is it gone down? Anyways, that I will check and let you guys show you guys later. Definitely it will come there. There is no question on it. Okay, so by the way, for the people who is actually want to know how these things are happening, basically this is happening using Microsoft Flow integration. So once we define that posting and all those things, there is already connector which is connecting behind with the Facebook connector and Twitter connector. All those things are available nowadays. You can also build, instead of just posting, you can also build your workflow to post separately also. Okay, so all those features, but this is already built-in features, so you can utilize as such. So as a marketing person, I can do this kind of posting across the entire campaigning process time, or whatever I want to publish to the social media, all those things I can do. And what is the purpose of publishing like this? Ultimately, what we are trying to do, one thing is we are socializing our company. Second thing is, from there we need to get a lead for the business, right? So for example, if I have a recruitment process and I have an opening, probably you wanted to ask people to log in from there, or you need to direct them from that social media to a specific our page. Okay, so let's assume that this specific training itself, for this training we are doing a I'm doing a social posting, and there I want to give a link for my event, or a CJ is going to plan to have recruitment event. So we want to provide an event information over there. So how do we do event management in 365? Which I can post it on my social media. Okay, so event management usually how does it happen? So when you are doing two event, first of all you will define, okay, this is my event which is going to happen from this day to this day, some basic information, right? Maybe it is a recruitment event, whatever we defined, planning from this to this date to this date. Then it may be not a single session event. Probably sometimes we may do recruitment event for a month and every weekday or every weekend. So there might be multiple sessions for an event. Okay, so assume that we have a 4-session event. So 1 month event, recruitment event. Out of that, first weekend, session 1. Like that, so on. So we have sessions, okay, and each one may be doing by different technology. For example, weekend 1 we may be looking for .NET. Okay, or maybe Java also, and week 2 some other technology, ERP like Navision or Script and all. Maybe week 3 for CRM. Like that we will do. Okay. And you have a location also. Okay, which building, ECT1 or Cyber Park, all those things you can define the location also. And this is for when we are considering recruitment as an event. So otherwise, if you are doing other business like where they are doing sessions for public speaking and all, so there you will have webinars. It's not only just public room. I mean, it's not a closed room event. It may be a link provided, like webinars as a go-to meeting, just like what we are doing now. Like that also we will do. Or maybe it's a mix of something, like some events which will happen on in a specific closed room building, other one maybe having some webinars. It's mixture of multiple things. So the event can have a hybrid events also, or just a closed building room or, events also.
Leaving the meeting.
Then we will have multiple sessions, and in each event we need to request, or maybe we need to ask members to join. Then they will register, and event capacity also will be there. For example, the GoToMeeting and so on, we will not keep any capacity when anybody can join. In a closed room events and all, we may have seats like 100 seats, 200 seats, like that. So we will allow only 100 members to join. In case somebody cancels, we will allow more people to get in. So there should be a waiting list concept also required. Okay, so session management. Then you need a capacity defined. You need a waiting list feature. This is again. Okay, then we will have speaker details, who is speaking, and if some payment or some events we may do some with some what do you say, ticket, right? So we need to control with ticket and payment also. Maybe if it's possible to online payment, want to do. These are the minimum things which is required for event management. We can have more and more features, like some of the events where we can distribute to social media, and some of the events we can actually define to a form to fill, and from the form, according to the form they are filling, we have to find out who all are actually eligible for specific criteria and take them for the event. So it has a lot of additional features, but basically we are going to cover this much things, like how do you define a basic event, how do you define a session, how do you handle this waiting list option, how do you handle this capacity, and how do you send an event registration feature for them. Okay, so registration. Let's see how we are able to do this activity. So quickly, we will create a quick event without sessions and all, just a common event. So for that purpose, here there is a module called event management. You can come there and click event and click new. You will see a screen where we can define and plan for an event. Okay. So there it is asking what is the event name which you want to give. So let me say, now I'm not giving a practical experience, just giving a sample. So event type is there is no specific any business process according to this event type, but you can select anything. It's up to you as per event. This is just for the purpose of marking what type of event it is. So now format, it's on-site or webinar or hybrid. So on-site, as I told, if you select on-site, it will ask you which building it is happening. So you have to define the location, address and all, where is it happening. So if you select webinar, you can see webinar setup is coming. You need to set up webinar configuration. So what's the details about webinar URL and all those things you need to provide. Okay, so let me select, if you select hybrid, you will have both options in right side, location as well as webinar. Okay, so let me select on-site. It's happening on in a closed building room. So I select, okay, this is happening on this building. Okay, how this list is coming, because these all are one-time configuration. You can select a defined, for example, if it's happening in Electronicity phase 1, you can select a building or Electronicity phase 1, and you have to configure it before. Okay, which room it's happening. Okay, I don't care. This is on only this building. Okay, registration count will come automatically when the people start registering on it. Check-in count also will come. How many people got checked in? Okay, event starting date, definitely it has to be, you know, a future date. So I'm saying that it's going to happen on 22nd of this month, and it's going to finish by 31st. Okay, is this a recurring event? No. Maximum event capacity. Okay, for testing purpose, we'll reducing the number. We can have 100, 200 and all. I'm giving actually 3 members. Okay. Do you need waiting list? So if I said no, after that 3-member registration, people cannot register again. If I say yes, there is an option to come for waiting list. You can, event will be open for waiting list. Okay. So here we have a choice to select when the slot available. How do you enable waiting list? For example, one person cancelled. Okay, I got 3 event capacity, 3 members join. So I have 3 seats and 3 people confirm. So whoever is new people joining, those all are considering as a waiting list. For example, 2 members more join, that will be considering as a waiting list. So if some scenario or some reason, suppose one guy is actually cancel his event, so automatically this waiting list has to move here, right? So there are 2 ways to move to waiting list. One thing is manually, as an event manager, you will send request to everybody. So I have 2 members here. I will say invitation to join for this event. I will send an invitation for you, these people. Okay, with a link. So whoever is clicking that event and taking that invitation, that guy will getting confirmed. This is one way. So I'm repeat. So you can do manual invitation or automatic invitation. Manual invitation means you are actually sending an invitation to a list of members. That also you can use through a marketing campaign. You can select that list. You can create a marketing list who all are registered and in waiting list situation for this event. You can select like that. You can create a segment. Once you create such segment, you can send a campaign, or you can send an even customer journey. You can do that way, and you can send an email for this member. So here I am saying 2 and all. In reality, it will be more members, like thousands of members will be there in waiting list. Just assume that our IRCTC booking itself. So they will book for waiting list. They allow for 200 members. Then to 200 members. Then they, from that, here what happened is it's not automatic confirmation. Instead of that, it will be like sending a manual email to all the members who are in the waiting list. They can confirm it from the email. They can confirm it. Once they confirm, they will jump into this confirmed list. Okay, this is one way. So manual way of confirming members. Other way is automatic. Automatically, one person is cancelled or 2 person is cancelled. The next whoever is in the queue, the order, it will actually process in order only. Whoever is in the first in first out. So who came first in, those person will get into that confirm list automatically. So if you see here the number of invitation per slot, this invitation also asking. So what happened is, if one person is cancelled, it is asking me how many invitation you want to send. So I can say 5, 3, 4, because if I send invitation, there is no guarantee the person is going to accept it, right? If in case if I send in an invitation, if they didn't accept it, that slot will be still open. So I can say 5 invitations can send for single slot. So if there is a slot available, next 5 person in waiting list, they will get an invitation. Whoever is selecting it, they will get into confirmation. Okay. So another cancellation happen again, that first whoever is not confirmed also, that next 5 people will keep getting that invitation. It continues like that. Okay, until unless that person is confirmed. So in this case, if I select automatically register waiting contact as no, contact can be choose to be registered automatically. So that person can select, I can get into confirmation or not confirmation. This is leaving to the person. So this what CRM will do, once one invitation is location is free, it will send 5 invitation for the 5 in the waiting list members, and that person can register himself and getting into it. Otherwise, if I select no, even that invitation, or they can just accept the invitation, or the marketing person come and allow him to get into confirmation list. Okay. So if I select everything no, everything is manual activity. If I select yes here, what happened is automatically that next person will get in. So in that case, I don't need to send an invitation, 5 invitation. I can say per slot per 1 invitation. Okay. So automatically that next person, without his convenience or not convenience, next person automatically will get in. Okay. So what I'm selecting here, automatically register waiting list context. This is what I'm doing. This is what happening in IRCTC and all. Whenever any seat available, it will allow you to get in. I'm not sure it is the same thing happening in IRCTC, because once the booking, till booking is over, it is happening like that. But once we register, the day when we are doing that journey, that time it's doing manual activity. They are selecting all the list of members and they're converting them to waiting list to confirmation. But before the booking and all, if cancellation happen, those time it is automatic confirmation is happening. So two type of things happening in IRCTC. So the item which we are going to show automatically when somebody is cancelling, the next person is getting it into it. Okay. So this is the process of waiting list. Now, okay, basic information filled. Now I can fill the next information, agenda and my website form information and all those things. So you have multiple tabs here. See, you can go through this process also, which is show business process flow is showing here. You can actually access that option. So you can define agenda now. So it's asking me basic information. So whatever line you are seeing, this is in CRM, it is called business process flow. That means you can define a process flow. What all minimum things have to be defined to complete this process. So here, so I can select basic information, whether you selected sessions you have selected or not, whether you identify the speaker or not. These are the activity is supposed to do on the screen, agenda screen. Okay. So this is actually a helper tool. The person who is defining minimum what all activity he is supposed to do in different processing of event handling. That is what it's asking me. So have you finished your session defining? So I'm saying not started. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come to agenda area. I'm going to define a session. So sessions, you have a session calendar. You have a choice to define a session, and you have a choice each session wise. You can actually allow people to get in also. Okay. So let me create a single session here. Click new session. It will open a screen for me. So session title, just one time being giving S1. We'll go to the things very quickly. So I'm going to make this live session live. Anything which is live only available for you guys to book for it. Okay. So this is to create screen. You can have detail screen also if you want to edit this session. I created a one quick session S1, so you can see in the calendar. Okay. Same way I am coming here. So here also you can see the session details. Session tracks is suppose when you are defining, for example, training and all. The D365 functional training is connected with the marketing, sales, paid service, all those things, right? So if you have 3 sessions, for one is for marketing, one is for sales, one is for service, you can connect that session tracks together and say that this is for functional training. Same way for technical training, you have a JavaScript, you have plugins, you have workflows and all those things. So you can define separate session for that and connect together and say that this is technical training track. So you can have session tracks like that, but this is just a tracking or helping the members who is doing. They can easily define, okay, I am going for this track for that purpose. I'm not doing anything this year now because of time limit. So speaker, you can add speakers. Let me put my name itself. Speaker 1. So we can add like that. You can add multiple speakers. You can add sponsorship. Who is going sponsor for this specific session and all. By this company, Platinum. So all this information will come on your session details. Okay, this all are just to manage your events. You can have more information. Okay, so now as part of define, I completed this activity. I completed added speakers, sponsors. I completed everything completed on this area. So now I can go to the next step. Now next session is we need to organize. For organization, primary venue, book rooms, everything is done. Send invitation. Okay, so defining those information, we are doing all this activity here only. So now, if you are in the website and form details, if you now what you want to do, you want to publish this event in your website. Okay, so if you are using a separate event management portal, you can actually define different portal URL over here. Otherwise, if you are using CRM inbuilt portal details, automatically you will get an event URL once you publish the event in live. So that is coming as an Angular event application, which is given by Microsoft as part of the marketing app. So we can download that Angular project and we can customize our own way. But now that's all are coming in technical part of CRM training. But you can see there is a URL will come here once I go live this event, and I can enable what all features are required for this. So you can define a registration date, end date also, till which point you need to allow this event to be registered. You can have a custom image. Okay, so let me put some image if it is available here. CAPTCHA, I want quickly do event registration, so no CAPTCHA. Enable multi-event, allow anonymous registration. If I allow anonymous registration, then only anybody can get in an event. Otherwise, they have to register in a member in our system. So advantage of allowing registration is they can come and cancel themselves. If it is anonymous or guest, they cannot actually do cancellation themselves. We need to cancel ourselves. As a marketing person, we need to cancel them. Okay. So I am allowing anonymous so that anybody can come and create lead for event registration. Whenever they register event, it will be a lead for us. Okay, this much basic information I'm filling. Let me save it. I'm going to live for this event. Okay, we have only 10 minutes. Let me go live. So once this event is live, there will be URL available for me, which I can post it through my social marketing or my customer journey. All those things through I can post this URL. So assume that I posted it and somebody clicked on this event. So what happened is it will launch my event management portal. Okay. So it here for them they will be able to see the event. So this URL, if I post my LinkedIn or some other way, it will be available for everybody to come and for this event. So from here I can see all the sessions and who is actually sponsoring this thing, Fabricum, which we selected as a company. Then if I want to register, I just click register on it. Name. Okay. If I want to add another person, I can add another person. That's 2. So 2 members I added. Okay, let me add one more. That's 3 because our capacity is 3 members. So even maximum capacity is reached. I got that message already, so you can see that. So I am actually checking out for that event. 3 members I added. So let me open this event screen, event registration URL once again. Okay, you guys need to understand this is external URL. This is internal event manager. Even though I'm doing everything myself, in reality this all will be distributed to multiple external members and to the public, right? So now if I come back and clicking registration, you can see different message. See, it's saying that the event is already sold out. Now it's you can still do event registration, but your registration will go to waiting list. So let me put this name as W1 and waiting list 1 as just for my understanding purpose. So I added one guy for waiting list. One more time. Couple of members let me add for this waiting list. So waiting list 2. I hope my screen is reflecting same way, same speed on your screen also. So I'm shifting to screen little quickly. Hope it is refreshing same way. So very simple thing. I added 3 waiting list members for my event. So if you come back to event, see all this during this process, it's all are capturing in my screen. If I come back and verify as a marketing manager, if I come back and see that, okay, I already see a message like, okay, this event has reached its maximum registration capacity. So I come to know that, okay, people registered and it's already filled. So you can see here 3 members already registered for this event, and waiting list I can see through 2 members already waiting. Oh, Vikas also registered. It's more members registered. I know. Okay, a lot of waiting list members are there. Okay, more than what I registered, some other people also registered. Okay.
Leaving the meeting.
5 members are registered. Now, let me see how this registration movement, waiting list movement is happening.
Leaving the meeting.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Out of these 3, there are 2 ways to I can move this registration. If I change this maximum capacity to more, automatically the other members will get into it. Otherwise, some other reason, this registration, this attendees who is doing, if they cancel also, automatically this waiting list data will move to cancellation. Confirmation. So let me cancel myself. So I select this person. I am saying that these 2 members are not attending this. I'm going to cancel them. I'm going to delete their registration. Okay. So let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to delete this registration.
Leaving the meeting.
Usually how it's going to happen, they will come and cancel on their event management portal. But now, since it's an anonymous event registration, they cannot do that way. I have to do it. I mean, as a marketing manager, I have to decide, or when they call me, or when I am doing a confirmation, email confirmation, according to that, I have to have it. So, by the way, here for a demonstration purpose, I cancel 2 of them. So, I can show you what is going to happen. So, this is my list now. Only one person is available. I didn't refresh my list. So, what I'm going to do, I am going to refresh my list. So, once I refresh my list, you can see Vikas already getting, because on the queue, Vikas was the first person. He is already getting W1 Kumar. That's the one which I registered. That person also automatically get into the confirmation list. In my waiting list, they moved out of my waiting list. So now Anu is the next person who is in the list, and W2, W3, and Chanakya. These are the people who is actually into the waiting list. So this is how it is going to happen. You can see in what is actually going to happen is manually
leaving the meeting.
Okay, I hope more audio is okay now. It's not breaking, right? Okay. If it is manual event registration, what we are going to do with this list of members, we will send invitation. Okay, we can send invite. This invite you can do manually. Okay, or you can do through some campaign purpose also. You can select, see, as I told, you can select the members who all are in waiting list using your marketing list preparation, and from that a bulk invitation also you can send. Otherwise, if you want to send an invitation to one person, you can select like this. So you can see invite letters can happen here. Okay. So invited means they got an email from us, and invited, they can easily can register for event. Okay. We are invited for them. So these are the manual. This is how they will allow them to manual, or if an automatic means system will take care how to take them to next level. Okay. So this is the planning for event. So I will show some of the big events which is having multiple sessions and all. Any questions so far? Because I don't think that we have enough time for
leaving the meeting.
In customer journey to showcase. So that we will internally discuss. We may need to have one more session for customer journey showcasing and all. I'll update you guys. But till now, any questions for event management? So today what we have done was we done how to do traditional way of campaigning in CRM. We created a marketing list and sent and distributed marketing activities to multiple members and collected that information. Once this distribution happened, we will get campaign response. So I didn't connect this to Salesforce, when sales processing. See, what happened is after we do this campaigning, we will get campaign response. Like if I do a phone call, I'll come to know this person is interested for my phone call or my email which I sent. So once I get a campaign response, you can directly convert that campaign response to your lead or contact or case, anything like that. So directly what we are doing after campaigning, we are connecting that person to our sales process. Okay, from there our sales team will take care and converting them to whatever you can go through lead opportunity, order, and all those things. So that process will happen. So customer journey also like that. Customer journey we can define, and once we define, and we can convert that customer activity to leads or even phone calls, or you can convert them to a contact or account and all. So automatically we can campaigning actually driving to a sales. Okay, so it is not like a standalone activity, everything is connected. Okay, one question come, event app module available in both online and on-premise versions. Event app, actually it is a separate module. If you buy, okay, if it's a trial version, definitely
Leaving
you can
the
add
meeting.
it in on-premise and online. But if
Leaving
otherwise,
the meeting.
if you have purchasing it, you have to have minimum sales or any of the module, like sales or service module. From that module only you can add marketing app. Okay. Any other questions?
Joining the meeting.
Still a lot of features is available in campaign because it's a big module. Our assumption was it was able
Leaving
to
the
cover
meeting.
by 4 hours. Not happened. Probably we need to have one more session for it. We will let you know. Okay, we need to go with the customer journey and marketing score, and how do you like Google Analytics, you have an option to capture what all links on your web page people are clicking on, those things, capturing those kind of additional features are available. So probably it is all has to require one more session. I'll let you know how to handle that thing. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, shoot me. Otherwise, we will stop today's session over here.
Joining the meeting.
Hope there is no more question. So I believe session was more informative for today. So we'll stop it here. We'll see you on next. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Suchir. I'll stop the recording. But guys, I'll
Leaving the
call out
meeting.
the